unboxing video. What a difference. That is the jingle from Blockbuster Video. Shout out to you if you know what Blockbuster Video is or was. It means you're old, but your childhood was awesome. I need a theme song for my channel, something with music, something with graphics. Crack, it's comics. Crack, it's comics. Kraken's comics. That is the theme song from Dragon Ball Z. Anyway, today I have an unboxing video. I haven't done one in a while. I've been saving up for New York Comic Con, which is less than a week away. I'm super excited. I have some vinyl figures from DC Collectibles Artist Alley line. It is based off of the artwork of Chris Uminga and sculpted by Joe Menna. I have what I like to call the holy superhero trinity. We have Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman. You can get these figures at your local comic book shop or buy them direct from dccomics.com. There are a bunch of variant figures out there. I'm going to get into that a little bit later. But you can pick them all up for the retail price of $39.99 each. Sometimes when you have figures or statues that are based on somebody's artwork, the look and style can get lost in translation from the page to the sculpture. But in this case, Joe Menna did an absolutely amazing job of capturing Chris Uminga's art style. Chris Uminga draws in a very animated style. He draws big, round, expressive eyes along with distinctive facial features, and Joe Menna was able to capture that look. I don't know if you guys noticed this about DC Collectibles, but they have a problem with symmetry. They don't like square boxes. I think it's all about branding and marketing and having a signature look. But we have a nice square box, and then it makes this left turn, and it has this jagged edge. I don't know why, but it bothers me. All right, so let's put the boxes together so we can take a look at the side panels, the back panels, and check out the box art. All right, so on one side panel, we have a drawing by the artist, and they're in the pose, the same pose as the statue. And then on the other side panel, we have a drawing by the artist. The picture almost looks like a negative photo. And then on the back of the box, we have just a little bio of Chris Uminga, a little more information. And you look on the bottom right corner, we see some of the variants. They do come in a black and white version. Now taking a look at the front of the box, one of the things that I like, it has this little gatefold, and it's not connected by any Velcro or any tab. And when you open it up, you have a nice little extra piece of artwork from Chris Uminga. And it's a nice way to display the statue if maybe you can stack them on top of each other. Find some way to keep this gatefold open if you have room on your shelf. All right, guys, so again, like if you could stack them this way and find some way to keep the gatefolds open, I think this is a very nice look. So even if you put them side by side, I guess the gatefold is kind of blocking it in the little front, but maybe there's a way you can finagle it. All right, guys, we did oob them so we can go in for a closer look from the base to the top of their heads. They're about 6.5 inches tall. Batman might be a little bit taller because of his pointy ears, but they are connected to a nice finish, black finish on the base, and they are connected to the base. There's no tabs or holes in the feet to connect them to, so they sit nice and solid. So whenever you have a character that has a cape, you always want to get the cape right because you need to show some kind of fluid, some kind of movement, some kind of action, because if you don't, it's just going to be a flat piece of plastic. So you can see here on the Superman, we have a little detail and the folds in the cape, and he does have his dukes up. It looks like he's ready to fight somebody. But even the folds in the back, you can see that there's some layers to this. Even with Batman's cape, you can kind of see the folds. He's not really in an action pose. He's just kind of standing there being stoic as Batman would. But you can see the folds at the bottom of the cape, which is always a signature look for Batman. And even the detail on the utility belt, you can see the little buttons on the pouch. And, you know, at first glance, these look like very cartoony animated figures, but there's a lot of great detail in them. When I first saw the design for Wonder Woman, I thought Chris Uminga was going for a more mainstream look, but then I realized that he just made the eyes a little bit more feminine, a little bit more cat-like. Usually in his drawings, male or female, he draws big round eyes. Look at that monster Popeye fist. I think I have all three figures. The Batman figure is the one that closely translates to Chris Uminga's art. And a quick look at the statues from the back. So I did mention before, there are some variants to these figures. There are the black and white editions, and there are some exclusives to some stores. Box Lunch has the glow in the dark figures variants, and I have some pictures of those. Hot Topic has the zombie variants, and the first time that I saw Superman, I thought it was Bizarro. And then my favorite variants are from GameStop. There are the villain variants. They have Wonder Woman as Cheetah, Joker Batman, and the Joker Batman is very hard to find. I looked it up yesterday, and they're selling on eBay for about $150. GameStop can't seem to keep them on the shelves. There's also a Lex Luthor. There's also a Lex Luthor Superman, or Superman as Lex Luthor. And surprise, I do have one. And there is the evil Lex Luthor, the greatest criminal mind the world has ever seen. And I always like the fact that Lex Luthor has the same color scheme as the Constructicons from Transformers. Now, it is a variant. It's the same mold as the Superman figure. They just switched out the heads, and I'll put them together so you can compare. Obviously, like I said, same mold. They just switched out the heads. And the fists, yeah, no, the fists are the same. Now, these were made in limited quantities. The regular figures, there were 3,000. And I believe the GameStop exclusives are what's called the artist proof, and they only made 1,000. So the Lex Luthor, I got 242 out of 1,000. So you definitely want to go online, go to your local GameStop, and see if you can pick these up. I met Chris Uminga about 6-7 years ago at New York Comic Con, and I've been collecting his artwork ever since. He's done a couple of commissions for me as well. It's great to see an artist grow. Obviously, he's blowing up. He has figures with DC. He also has a contract and works with Disney. But the thing that's refreshing, he's still the same dude that I met 6-7 years ago. He hasn't changed a bit. If you want to check out more of Chris Uminga's artwork, look him up on Instagram at Uminga720. Also, if you go to any major comic book convention throughout the country, he'll be there. Look him up in Artist Alley. And when you do, look to your left. You're going to see another amazing artist by the name of Chrissy Zulo. You definitely want to check out her work, and you can look her up on Instagram at Chrissy Zulo. The next figure in this line will be The Flash, and you can pre-order it now at dccomics.com. That'll be dropping sometime in December of this year. Let me know what you guys thought about these figures in the comments. Would you add them to your collection? By this time next week, I will be getting my nerd on at New York Comic Con. I am going to be making a post wrap-up video, so support and subscribe to the channel, or come back later to check it out. Easy.